Want to once again thank the crowd. We had great student attendance, especially for a Sunday game right before the Thanksgiving break. Season ticket holders, it never gets old for me to say thank you. Just appreciate your investment in Tech basketball. I thought it was a great crowd. Always thankful for the people here at Tech that put it on, the marketing, promotions, and ticket, just everybody that goes into this. We're super appreciative. Pleased to finish this first 5-game homestand, one of those home games being in Midland. Looking forward to the next part of our schedule here. But just really pleased with today's effort, especially in the second half. Thought where a lot of teams might kind of buckle and start getting a little passive and nervous and start looking up at that scoreboard. Our guys just kind of grinded away. I think we won every 4-minute segment in the second half, which was our objective. So thank you to the crowd, and really proud of our team today, showing some grit against a team that I have a lot of respect for. You know, this team will compete for the championship in their conference. They've got some pro talent on the roster. I told Coach after the game, reminds us a lot of our Little Rock team that we had 4 or 5 years ago that was special. So I think today we beat a quality opponent.
So, Coach, I'm curious, what was said at halftime before y'all came out in the second half?
Colin, you've been in those halftimes before. You know damn well what was said. One of the big messages at half was, as disappointed as we were playing, again, the opponent was shooting lights out, and everybody on their team was shooting threes. So the big message was, yes, we got to clean this up. This is our plan. But more important than even the plan was, let's stay poised. A lot of times with a young team like we have, man, you can start kind of getting the pressure, and you start playing not to lose instead of playing to win. So I thought under some adversity today, we were the most aggressive team in the second half, which was good.
Next question. Jeff.
Speaking of the second half, how close do you think you came to actually maxing out as far as where you are at this stage of your team? I mean, can you get much better right now?
Yeah, I mean, you could always get better. You know, it's the coaching kind of mentality and the great player mentality. You're always striving for that perfect game. You never quite can get there. I've always wanted to coach a team that had 0 turnovers. We had a team one time that had 1 turnover, and a kid dribbled out of bounds. Still talk to him about it today, and it's Christmas card each year. But today in the second half, I mean, this was a clean game. You shoot 50% from the field, over 40 from 3, 75 free throw, come up with 14 offensive rebounds on our missed shots. I think we took 5 or 6 charges, and we played a 10-turnover game or less. So statistically, mathematically, you know, that's about as well as you can play the game.
And what about Chiwa today? What did you think about his effort?
I'm good with numbers. Who's that?
Russell.
Oh, okay.
Did I get that right, Chiwa, or is it
I don't know.
just Chewy?
I call him Big Russ.
Big Russ.
No, Russ has been practicing better. We wanted to give him an opportunity today. They, last game he didn't get to play as much as we all wanted, but they went small ball on us. Today, this team had the 7-footer. It allowed us to play Russ some minutes. I thought he did some good things up there. Those jump shots that he takes late, those aren't just crazy late game shots. I mean, Russ can shoot. He's really working on it. There'll be a day sooner or later where Russ can stretch defenses and shoot. So it was good to get him some minutes today, and I thought he did some good things.
Obviously, there was a lot of talk about the grad transfers coming in for you guys, but you do have a lot of freshmen that play key roles for you. Jemias and Terrence both kind of took over in spurts. What have you seen from their growth from game 1 to now?
Well, I think it's all our freshmen, not just Ramsey and TJ. You know, it's Clarence, it's Mac, it's Dre. We're counting on these guys, and it's one of the reasons why they chose to come here. They knew they wanted to play earlier in their careers. Nothing's promised, but there was definitely an opportunity here. But I think it's early in the season. A lot of ball left, but I like their attitude, their willingness to be coached hard. They're guys that bring it every day. They're guys that don't think they have all the answers. I think there's a respect factor between our young guys and our veterans, and so a lot of the intangibles is what impresses me most about our young freshmen.
And your non-conference schedule kicks up a little bit here over the next couple of weeks. What have you taken from the first 5 home games that needs to be tweaked a little bit, improved on, and what are you happy with so far?
Well, I think we just got to continue to get better. You know, we're a work in progress. Every team is. It sounds like a coaching cliche, but it's just the truth. You're trying to get better every day in practice. Every time you play the game, you're trying to get better. I think we have shown the ability to play some good basketball against different styles, against different teams. I think what we're lacking is just consistency. Today we had some consistency in the second half. It was nice to see. Certainly we're looking forward to this next section of our schedule. Had the opportunity to play, I think, 4 straight BCS teams. You know, me, I go one game at a time, but I do have a little bit of an idea of what we're getting into with Iowa. You know, they're an NCAA tournament type team. They've got great players and a great coach, so this is a great opportunity game for us. We're looking forward to the opportunity to play in Las Vegas for a championship against an opponent that we have a lot of respect for.
Coach, when a guy heats up in the second half like Jamias did, how do you balance kind of getting him more touches offensively while doing it in the flow of the offense?
It's team basketball. I think Ramsey gets it. You know, he's a pretty mature young guy. I didn't think he was out there just trying to fill the stat sheet. He was taking the plays that were there. And, you know, from a coaching standpoint, we try to do things to help our team. And certainly Ramsey's a scorer, but we're always trying to help Ramsey, even if he's not hot. You know, he's one of our best offensive players. But, you know, I think he said it best. He always deflects the credit to his teammates, and this is why he's special. He gets it. There's guys passing for him. There's guys screening for him. There's guys spacing. It's a team game. And I think Ramsey understands that, you know, as well as any young player I've ever coached.
In the first half, was there something that Long Island did that maybe threw you guys off, or was it just maybe on the defensive end, just not enough effort?
Yeah, it was a combination of a lot of things. If there was one thing, we would have fixed it. But there was 5 or 6 things breaking down with our defense and our offense, and they were really hot. They got good shooters. You know, I think 7 different guys hit a 3-point shot in the first half for them. It wasn't by lack of effort. You know, it's not like we were sitting around saying, "Hey, let them shoot it." We understood who we were playing. You just got to sometimes give credit to the opponent, and tonight's another great example. I didn't think we necessarily played bad in the first half. I thought we just ran into a team that was playing really, really well, especially shooting.